doe. Get this antenna out of y'all's face. We had a big group of about 6 does show up here yesterday afternoon, and a couple days ahead of that I had a doe and a little one come in, and didn't take a shot at that doe, it would have been rushed. And she had a young deer with her, but definitely old enough to survive on its own. But I'm hoping that big group of 6 comes in here this afternoon. We've had a good cold front the past couple days, and some heavy wind yesterday, blowing a lot of acorns around. The ground is just littered with acorns everywhere, which is what makes this little patch of hardwoods really special. So let's go slide in here. There is one good buck that showed up in this area, but he's only showing up at like 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. So I don't feel all that confident that we're going to have a shot at that buck until the rut hits. Now when that rut hits, we've got a lot of does right here. There's a good chance he may show back up, start daylighting. So slide in here, see if we let an arrow fly. Alrighty. We had like a really full moon last night. I don't know if it was technically the harvest moon or what it was, but it was super bright. And about every property we had or have had deer movement after daylight. And this was one of the, I think, probably the only spot that deer actually daylighted and showed up here in good shooting light hours. So we will see what happens. We're here in plenty enough time. My watch broke, so I don't know what time it is, but I think it's close to 5 o'clock. Plenty enough time. I mean, probably won't start seeing deer for another hour to hour and a half. If I was a betting man. But we've not let the arrow fly on a deer all year long, and telling you, daggum trigger finger I'm getting a little itchy. I do good if I can whack a couple does early in the year. I get settled down a little bit, but it starts getting mid-October and we hadn't shot any deer. I start getting a little itchy. So I'm hoping I can scratch that itch this afternoon. Which I feel good about it. I think we're gonna get it done tonight. I think we're gonna drop the hammer on one. I don't know if you guys can hear whatever this is pounding. Ding, 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 ding. I ain't got a clue what they're doing over there, but it is rather on the annoying side. Some type of automatic hammer, it sounds like. Still no deer as of yet. I keep trying to check my watch, but I ain't got it. I gotta pull my phone out every time. It's 5:30. Probably got another 30 minutes before we really start seeing any deer, I guess. I got a feeling these deer probably come from the left right here. This is actually a pretty neat stand that the wind actually blows and hits me in the face, which is blowing straight into the bedding area. However, those deer don't bed up on this height of the ridge that I'm on. They bed down a little bit below me. So with that wind blowing straight in there, I never actually get straight downwind of them. And then by the time they come into these hardwoods, there's no way that they could get in and around me to smell me. As long as the wind stays like it does, it doesn't start swirling, doing nothing stupid. Alright guys, I see a doe working her way this way. We got a perfect wind right here. She's getting moving. She was walking like she's a little nervous. I need her to get a little more relaxed. She's at about 30 yards right now. Oh, my wind has changed. It's blowing right at her. Smoked her. Smoked. Smoked. She's gonna go down right there. Smoked. Boom, baby. Let's go. 30 yards. Let's go. Dude, you talk about a stare down from a century. I mean, just freaking smoked. The Swacker broadhead, clean pass through, double lung. Ran 30 yards and piled up. You gotta freaking love it, man. That's a hard-earned doe right there, son. I mean a hard-earned doe. She was standing right there at that little licking branch, which is right at 30. But man, I really was as nervous as she was. I wanted her to be at 20 or closer. But when she started scratching her ear and licking herself and all that, I said, well, she's calmed down enough to where I think I can get her killed. And I drew back, and as soon as I drew back, she actually just turned around and was cleaning herself on the other side. I mean, it was perfect. Couldn't ask for anything better. Perfect shot, clean pass through. She ran right up on top of the hill, and she just stood there. She had no idea what happened. Man, I don't care if that right there, if you don't just get jacked up hunting with a bow, a crossbow, a longbow, any type of stick and string, man, the battle you've got to do to get that deer to come in within a certain yardage, turn broadside, stand still, and then you got to do your part too. And man, that's just, oh God. I'm shaking like a leaf right now, man, shooting a doe. Man, that's huge. I have zero meat in the freezer. And the good thing is I get to work Milo on this deer. It's a very easy track for him. So I'm not even going to get down and do anything until we get the dog here. Whew, man, you gotta daggum love it. Piled up right there. I heard her kicking around out there, but as soon as I zoomed in on her, and I could see that, I could see the shot, the entry wound, and I could see her start to wobble a little bit. And I said, man, she's gonna go down right there. So that's perfect. Big mature doe, a nervous mature doe, looking up in the tree by herself. That is the best case scenario for shooting does early season. That's fun stuff, guys. That's real fun stuff. So I'm gonna hang out here. I'm gonna send Dad a text, let him know that I got one on the ground, and we'll go from there, baby. Gotta love it. All right, guys. Down and out of the stand. I'm gonna work my way back to the truck. Mainly because I'm not gonna go disturb anything around that deer where she was standing. We're working on training a new lab, Milo, on tracking deer for us. So we've been putting him on as many trails as we can, working with him in the yard and all that stuff. But these real life, real time track jobs are the most important thing when training a dog to do this. So Brittany is on her way out now to bring Milo to me, because I'm probably about 30 minutes from home. So I'm gonna drop off drop my book bag off, and I'll probably go ahead and just drop my bow off. I mean, we seen the doe fall right there. And then we'll take Milo. What we'll do is we'll put him right there where that arrow was glowing. And we'll let him, you know, work that scent trail all the way to that doe. And then we'll take a look at her. Ooh. Sitting here waiting. We will go ahead and get legal as a Pringle before we go in there and move this deer. North Carolina law says that you have to tag it before you move it. Oh, smokes. I tagged the daggum wrong month. I can fix that, I think. But I'm ready to bring you guys, show you guys this video. That's a good doe to come out of this property. You know, one that comes in looking up in a tree and just doing stupid stuff. You know, you got to float that thin line between having the does that are what I call your resident does that just hang around, you know, because those are the does that usually shoot your big bucks over. But then the ones that are too smart for their own good, those are the ones that's got to go. Like that doe right there, we had a 20-30 minute stare down. We can't have that, especially during the rut. So looks like Brittany's pulling up now with Milo. I'm gonna get this track job on, go take a look at this doe. All right, everybody take a good look at Milo. This might be the first time y'all have met him. Hey, he's ready to go, guys. We're gonna let him rock on. Come on. I ain't gonna let him get too much leash from me, because he's gonna go nuts when we get up here on this deer trail. Where's that deer? Find her. Where's that deer at, buddy? Find her. Good boy. Hey, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Hey, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. Yeah. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Yeah. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Get this off your head. Boy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Boy. Good boy. That's a good boy. So we're gonna sit here and I'm gonna let him play around with her for a little bit and give him some good pettings and let him lick her around a little bit. That's a good boy. That's a good boy, yeah. And then we'll drag her up here and let y'all take a look at her. I hit her a little bit farther back than what I originally thought I did, but she must have been somewhat quartering away from me, because the entry was back a little bit, but she didn't run far at all. So that's a real good sign right there. But got a good doe on the ground, meat in the freezer, baby. It's gonna be a good night. Well, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me on today's video. Milo's probably gonna roam around here. Come here, boy. Come here. Everybody wants to see you. Come here. Come here. Come here. Good boy. Sit. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. Sit. Sit. Everybody wants to see you. Everybody wants to see who you are, man. But we got us a good nanny doe on the ground. You want to talk about an absolute stare down? Me and this doe spent 18 to 19 minutes just staring right at each other, trying to figure out if she was A, going to come in, let me get a shot, and B, if she was going to come in at all. The reason why she didn't blow, I have no idea. And the fact that she was alone, quartering away, I originally thought my shot was back, but the exit on this deer was just absolutely beautiful. So she was actually quartering away more than what I thought she was. Able to see this deer fall in sight. That's really what you want to do whenever you're harvesting these does this time of year. You want to find good adult does that do not have any yearlings with them, and take them out. And this is going to be an awesome deer for the freezer, and hopefully an awesome video for you guys to watch here at home. So means the world, guys, that you're hanging out with me on my channel. If you're new to Southern Extreme TV, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to grow this thing to 100,000 subscribers. Every click gets me one step closer. And with that, me and Milo are going to load up, go get some ice, and go get some dinner. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys on the next episode.